Wow. Okay. Well, that was completely unexpected. Thank you guys for your patience surrounding that. I'm not really sure what happened. After after 7 hours, OBS decides to have a WER fault.exe crash error. Well, without further ado, RYD, as predicted, did happen to tie up this scoreline, which I'm really excited about. We are in the final round of first half. Which was actually the first kind of broken buy from Zoomers we've seen in at least the last 5 rounds, as they had so much momentum built up. Alert just getting a little too excited there, happens to nade himself. RYD doing exactly what they should be doing, which is playing this clock, dragging this time out as much as they can, and allowing Zoomers the opportunity to make a mistake. It's a 5v4 situation, though the time is running down. There is 1 minute left, so RYD is going to have to make a move here. J Mercy's going to play this smoke perfectly in his favor. That ding on Draxon. I like that ding. Draxon was perfectly prepared for that. Corrupt's just going to keep running through that. J Mercy is taking so much damage. Andrea's going to let her teammates know that there is a player in sight there, and Corrupt finds him. The bomb is still not gone down. Alright, great plays by Corrupt. This is fantastic to see from RYD. They're in great position to be able to win this half. D. Matson can do this. We have seen D. Matson do a 1v3 when all odds are against him, though Andrea gets that one tap, and RYD takes first half quite convincingly. You can see from the scoreboard there, that was all 7 rounds from Zoomers, won consecutively. Pretty incredible, and also very incredible from RYD to get their composure back and win those last 3 rounds to take that first half scoreboard. Going on here. Alright, had to restart my overlay server there. That was some kind of a weird glitch. But it looks like we're back. We are still paused. What's going on here? Oh, I know exactly what is going on here. Oh no. What is a good way to solve this problem? Well, unfortunately... Okay. Thank you guys for your patience while I work through this. I'll have the overlay back up in just a moment. Obviously, none of those players are in our servers right now. Alright, and we're back. Alright, into kind of a mixed up pistol here. Kyler stuck in a 1v3, though very doable given how much damage has been taken by Zoomers. Just playing conservatively, trying to see if they're going to make a mistake. Timer's running down, and I don't see a kit. Alright, Zoomer's tying up the scoreboard by taking that pistol round. Alright, good conservative play here from RYD. I'm not even sure they bought anything this round. Alright, D-Maxon picking up that first kill on Draxon. Oh, lots of dinks coming in. Jackie and MJC totally roasted right now in terms of health. You see with the running kill on Kyler. But, I mean, I'm not really sure how much more is going to be seen from this round. D-Maxon picking up Corrupt's USP. And we're now on round 18. Zoomer's taking the lead. First full buy round from RYD. Wow, 3 players from RYD pushing up mid right now. It's just going to work in their favor. It's pretty obvious that Draxon's got the smoke. The bomb gets dropped. Now Alert's stuck in a 2v1. All things considered, that absolutely worked in RYD's favor. Andrea, great spray control there, resetting her spray. And RYD tying this up right now. This is the kind of match that we've been looking for. Fantastic plays from RYD. RYD does have, well, they did have 4 players on A, and now that's moved over to B, so it is a pretty even setup, kind of textbook here in terms of CT. Kyler's going to push B here. It might be play. 4 players from Zoomers are about to try to hit this connector quickly. D. Madsen peeking the crack on Cat. Draxon taking a lot of damage there. MJC picking up Corrupt from jungle. Draxon. That was likely not the outcome he was expecting for that grenade. Check this out. 4 players. 5 players from Zoomers. Andrea getting that double kill. That was fantastic. That had to be unexpected from all parties. Now RYD with the advantage. 3 versus 2. Great flash play. So much damage done by Andrea there. Liquid easily picks that up. J Mercy trying to fake this bomb plant. 1v1, and Kyler's in the perfect position to take that out. She does a great job closing that round. RYD in the lead now. Alright, and I just got word that nobody's took that match against Mailbox Kids. Mailbox Kids has now been eliminated from Exit Frag 1. Nobody's moved up to the finals here. If you want to see how the bracket's looking, exclamation point bracket. If you guys are just tuning in, I am your host, Animated, as well as your TO. Alright, so this is just a textbook eco here. They're all hiding behind this smoke. This could either be perfect for Kyler or it could be absolutely so much trouble. Draxon a little too focused on mid. They have no idea. Kyler only gets one. D. Matson taking her down. Was there no head armor, I wonder? Perfect plays by Liquid and Draxon. Draxon staying alive. MJC eventually eliminates him there on Cat. But great plays. From the looks of it, I think Draxon and Andrea have swapped knives, if I remember correctly. All right, so RYD's pulling a bit of a lead here. Zoomers now, Zoomers now on a pretty solid buy. Oh, I'm sorry, that's a full buy, actually. I thought I saw a Galil mixed in there somewhere, but I'm wrong. That's 2 Kriegs, the AKs. Kyler getting taken down on that push on underpass. Corrupt. He's got to get out of there. Taking a lot of damage, but does do his team a favor putting this into a 4v4. Oh, and Corrupt has all the utility they need. He's going to hold this off a little bit longer. We're getting down to a minute. Oh, and I see what's coming. All right, sorry for that little delay there. We're paused. RYD keeping the lead right now. Alright, so Mailbox Kids has packed up. They're on their way out. RYD is keeping this lead alive. They've used all of their pauses, though. Alright, the smoke is into B. MJC's here. That's... Oh my gosh, that's Liquid. Wow, I got completely turned it around saying bye to the guys, so... Alright, MJC is here. RYD's in a tough position with this eco round. Alert just now getting the bomb down at the 16-second mark. Andrea coming in with a fantastic tap. She got another one! She had to be blind during that. That was a great flick. Kyler all by herself. She's gonna have fun with this. There's a strafe jump in, and J Mercy gets the kill while she's in midair there. Oh my gosh! So. Corrupt. Love seeing Corrupt with this swag 7 on these save rounds. He's made a habit of doing it during this LAN, and it has absolutely worked in his favor with the right timing. Zoomer's just bursting out onto B here. Kyler can hear this, and she's communicated all of it. I haven't seen her yet. She does pick up Jackie. J Mercy, help from Alert, takes down Liquid. Traxon trying to jump out of that unbroken window. Taken out by MJC quickly. Lots of dinks coming in from Andrea here. This is perfect. Lots of damage being done, but we need those guns to be down to start damaging some of the economy that Zoomers in during this tied scoreline. Andrea down. Corrupt's probably going to save this swag 7, waiting for the exit frags. Alright, Zoomer's now in the lead. I always wonder, especially on a map like Mirage, you see terrorists running back and forth at spawn, there's got to be either some miscommunication. There's a boost happening here, but there is a player in underpass, which RYD had to have heard that player. Boost could absolutely work in their favor. Kyler's nading up here, but there's really a small likelihood that there's a player up there. Who has to be able to use underpass. I think Alert got dinged from CT there with a double failed flashbang, only to likely flash himself again. Smoking Palace, and RYD using all this utility, making life so difficult for Zoomers to get into this bomb site. At this point, they've just completely abandoned the idea. They did keep a player lingering on ramp, and looks like one of their players made it into window. What is he gonna do with these creepy? Kyler's at B all by herself. She goes for hit. Now I think they know. It's wrapped on. Jumps through the door with his knife out. Manages to pick up MJC, though he is heavily damaged. And RYD's in a 2v4 that they may want to consider saving on. Oh, Jackie with a one-tap on Liquid. Andrea trying to put in work, but D. Matson just hops up on the van. Closes that round out. Alright, so Zoomers is taking a convincing lead here. Another eco round from Clan RYD coming through. Actually really difficult play by them, and I think Zoomers is probably waiting for it as they mollied mid. Lots of footsteps on Cat, and there's also a player in underpass from Zoomers, so he had to, or they had to have heard all of this. Yep, MJC just waiting for it. Picks off Corrupt. There's 3 players from RYD and Spawn. Kill. E. Matson picking up Kyler, the Liquid also picking up a kill. Now in a 2v3, and Liquid has a gun to work with as well as body armor. Alright, so Zoomers taking this round in a convincing fashion, though it was an eco, and they did manage to get a chance to hop on that diffuser. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. RYD managed to get that bomb defused. That's incredible. Wow. Just the perfect timing and probably exactly what RYD. Liquid pushing mid, getting 2. J Mercy does get Drax on. MJC doesn't even have an opportunity to get out of B because that molly looks like he's mollying and flashing. His molly is dissipated. Kyler's in a great position. Does a lot of damage here. There's 2 players on Cat. Jackie's got this. Oh, and quickly takes a lot of damage by Corrupt and Kyler. Alert now in a 3v1 about to get wrapped on by Kyler. And Clan RYD ties up this score line after an incredible eco round. That was incredible. I'm still completely beside myself on that defuse. I don't even think they had a defuse kit. It's about 10 seconds. Unbelievable. J Mercy taking a nade to the chest. 35 damage. Great pick on Corrupt, just coming out of connector there. Alright, D. Matson making sure that window smoked thorough. Yeah, they're pushing up though. Scoreline is tied up. Corrupt is dead, so it is a 4v5, but all things considered, RYD is in a great position to make this happen as long as they keep this communication open. Mercy just walking up Cat. Pick on Andrea. Oh, she was completely blind from Alert's flash. Drax on. It's a good trade in there. J Mercy just making so much damage happen now. Liquid and J Mercy in a 1v1. Liquid does not have head armor. Just pushing jungle. J Mercy a little sketched out right now, and really he doesn't have a time to fake this. 5 seconds left, he gets the bomb down. Liquid, fantastic semi-wide swing headshot. RYD is going to take the lead now. We're just coming down to the crunch time on here. This is amazing. Each round with the timer getting so far down. Zoomers doing their best to try to run this clock down and let RYD make mistakes. But RYD is just on point right now in terms of communication and working together as a team. It definitely shows. MJC leading Zoomers right now with 23 frags. And Kyler over on RYD with 21 frags as a top frag. Alright, so the play appears from what I can observe on the radar, which Draxon's in a great position for this. Is 4 players out of B. Draxon gets that first pick. The second, third pick by Kyler. Great nade there from Draxon. Takes the third down to 59 health. T. Matson taking so much damage, but still gets that kill. Draxon gets that pick on alert after he gave away his position. We've got 1 minute left. D. Matson only's got 15 health. We've seen him do this before. Today, we've seen him in a 1v3 scenario. There's just such a slim chance that he can make this happen. He has the right gun for it, but there's still players. Great pick by Draxon. I think that was at least 3, maybe 4 kills by Draxon that round. He had the perfect play for that B push. RYD bringing this into match point. Looking over here at Zoomers, it's a particularly broken buy. Wow, I did not notice before. J Mercy right now has 33 kills on the Zoomers side. Just holding that team up. Kyler still leading RYD with 22 kills. RYD not afraid at all, just taking that aggression to mid. J Mercy spotted at least one of them. Great headshot onto Draxon from J Mercy. I think what happened is RYD didn't really contract from that push. They seem to be kind of all over the place right now. Jackie getting a great pick on Kyler. It's just such a struggle right now. Luckily, Corrupt comes through to even out this, even out the teams a little bit here. But still, RYD with the advantage now in a 3v4. Andrea getting 2 over at CT at Ticket Booth. Now J Mercy with the scout. Just going to make things really difficult for them. Meanwhile, we've got Jackie. He's just hiding up in Palace. Going to do his best to try to stop this defusal, but there's really nothing to do for it. He needs to hold this down. It's going to be so tough to do. And it's over. The bomb's going to explode here. Alright, so every round will be played in this match. Zoomers on their 14th round. RYD is leading on match point. And if you look, this completely broke RYD's economy. And that wasn't even really a full buy from Zoomers. Alright, we got 2 players from Zoomers pushing towards B. It's like 2 of them on A ramp, so there's just not really any utility to speak of over on RYD. This round is going to be so difficult if they actually get that bomb down. It's going to be so difficult for RYD to retake any sort of bomb plant from Zoomers with almost no utility at all, though they do have 2 kits. There's only 2 players with helmets. All right, the execute is coming through. Zoomers making their way into A. A lot of damage being taken by Chasers. Great deagle plays by Andrea here. Great deagle plays. All right, lots of damage. Now a 2v1. Alert's going to try to make this happen. And RYD takes it against all odds with a completely broken buy. What an absolutely incredible storyline. Really, the pivotal moment is getting that 10-second defuse on an eco round. Great plays, all rounds being played in this match. Fantastic matchup. We're going to take a short break and we'll be right back with you.
HMC Radio.
All right, just a quick check-in. Uh, what an incredible matchup that was. We are going to move into our grand final. If you guys want to check out how the bracket's looking, I'm updating it right now. Exclamation point bracket. This next matchup will be a best of three. We are going to take a quick break here before we move into the final. Um, so I can use the restroom. But once again, I am Animated, your tournament organizer and casting talent currently. If you'd like to learn more about our organization, you can head to nwesports.org, and our poorly coded proprietary tournament platform is at nwes.gg, where we keep track of all the statistics and all of our community members that have competed in our 10-mans or in our tournaments. So once again, thank you so much for tuning in. Please stick around. Upcoming is our grand final.
HMC Radio.
Bro.
All right, thank you guys so much for sticking around. We've got both teams joining the server. Stay tuned. All right, I'm going to get this match loaded up here. Thank you guys once again for sticking around. We're now in our best of 3 final of Exit Frag 1, sponsored by Virtual Sports, hosted by Northwest Esports. Stay tuned. All right, as we move into this best of 3 grand final, we will be doing a map veto here momentarily after the players file into the server. If you guys want to learn more about this tournament, you can go ahead and do !bracket. If you want to learn more about our stream commands, you can do !help, provide you more details. RYD with just an incredible eco round. One of the players happened to buy a kit and just stuck that round, or stuck that defusal, and surprised, I'm sure, everybody.
Counter-terrorists win.
Nobody's playing from the internet. Clan RYD on site here at Virtual Sports in Tukwila, Washington. If you want to learn more about our organization, you can head to @NWESORG on Twitter. We're about to begin the best of 3 grand final for Exit Frag 1. Alright guys, thanks for your patience. We're just talking about facilitating the map vetoes right now. We're gonna hop into Discord, should be just a moment. Thank you guys for your patience. Counter-terrorists win. All right, thanks for everybody's patience. We just went through the vetoes. RYD initially banned Vertigo. Nobody's banned Inferno, and nobody's picked Dust 2, which RYD will start CT side. Or I'm sorry, start T side. RYD picked Mirage, and they'll be starting. Nobody's will be starting CT side. And then finally, Nuke and Train got banned, leaving Overpass, which will be Knife or Sides. So, this is going to be absolutely exciting. We're about to get this underway. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Once again, I am Animated, your TO, and your current casting talent. You're watching Northwest Esports Exit Frag 1, sponsored by Virtual Sports. Counter-terrorists win. Counter-terrorists win. All right, we just had to do a proving of the stream delay beyond a reasonable doubt, if you will, which we've confirmed is good. All 10 players are in the server, and they'll be readying up here momentarily. Exclamation point help is our stream commands. If you'd like to take a look at our bracket or some of the other wonderful commands that I've set up for us, feel free to. Our Discord in hashtag NWCS lays out the current bans and picks for this grand final. Alright, and our first map is going to be Dust 2. Okay, looks like I got that wrong. Looks like first map will be Mirage. All players are readying up now, and they're going to have to kill themselves on knife round as the side was already established. Alright, we're now live with the first round of our grand final in a best of 3. Map 1 is Mirage, RYD versus Nobodies, the grand final of Exit Frag 1, sponsored by Virtual Sports, hosted by Northwest Esports. Alright, RYD using a lot of utility over here at B. Looks like the rotation is coming in. Great one tap here from Rongcho. There's still 2 players here at A. The smoke came in on A. Thor with the kill on Liquid with the jumping headshot. It's now a 3v5. We've only made it about 45 seconds into this round. Looks like it was a double fake, which worked in their favor. Bomb has been planted. Demons picking up Andrea as she moves into arches. All 5 players of RYD down, and the defuse is coming in. Nobody's taking this first round with a convincing double fake from RYD.
Bomb has been defused.
Alright, RYD did get the bomb plant down. And it looks like the force buy is coming through. Should be interesting. Looks like there's going to be a lot of aggression from RYD with only 2 players from Nobody's. Kaplan already taking a lot of damage. I'm sure this took him completely by surprise. Corrupt making his way up ramp, getting those first 2 picks right off the bat. Rongcho only with an MP9. Rongcho and Thorson taking down the first player. There's no head armor. Rongcho just mowing RYD down one at a time. Looks like Kyler doing her best. She actually has head armor here. Nice play from Kyler, and she gets the bomb down. Fantastic surprise aggression there from Clan RYD. Oh, my bad, she did not get the bomb down. With that beautiful 5.0 KD ratio, RYD's in a perfect position to just fill all their pockets this round. Though Liquid is coming to this round with 3,300. No gun yet. Great start to this grand final. Liquid throwing these smokes mid. There is already a player from Nobody's at the top of mid. Might catch RYD by surprise, though it seems, or it feels like Nobody's might be a little overextended. They've got 4 Deagles and a scout on Rongcho. Andrew's doing a little bit of damage, but Thor's pushed up. He got dinked, and I'm not sure he even hit anybody. Corrupt is throwing this utility A, but after the first 2 rounds, I'm not sure Nobody's has any idea what to expect. Oh my gosh. Duo gets that pick on Liquid, but Draxon turns around and just lights him up after getting the pick on mid. Things are looking good for RYD, though. Kaplan's got this Deagle in hand, gets 2. It's now a 2v2, and Kaplan's definitely going to pick this gun up. He does not have head armor, which is to the advantage of RYD. But Kaplan's not being shy about letting his position be known. Eamon's hanging out here by ticket booth. Alright, great pick by Draxon. He showed up and he's backing Andrea up to make sure that this round gets completed. Round closed just fine by RYD. Great plays by RYD, great teamwork. And if you take a look over there, Nobody's does not have any money to go into this round. RYD looking pretty good, lots of utility over there. Seems like Nobody's just really isn't sure what to do this round. They've got a CZ and a P250 and a Deagle, 2 USPs. Looks like they're just playing a simple 3-2. They've got 1 in mid, or a 2-1-2, excuse me. Andrea set up for these smokes, using the utility on A. 3 players from RYD making it into connector. Liquid with a great flash there. Thor's in a perfect position, takes out 2 of them with a USP. Just being patient, making that play happen. The bomb is going to get down. Andrea once again with the fake plants. She does get 1 down. Duo runs through. Andrea's in such a tough position because she does not have a lot of ammo left in that clip. And Thorson with surprise play. He was the one without a gun other than his default USP. Still gets 3 kills. Great plays from Nobody's here. They're getting right back into this match, and they're letting RYD know they're not going to go down without a fight. A grappling fight, mind you. Thor was not afraid to get right up and personal with them. Looks like there's some sneaking suspicion here from Nobody's that they've got 5 players over here at B. Emans picks up that first player. I think he's got a great idea, of course, too, that all these players are here. He's got that molly down. Draxon makes it through the molly, but unfortunately there's just not much he could do with it. Emans got that first no-scope. Thorson gets him through the smoke. And now Nobody's just a matter of minutes, takes the lead. RYD just down to an eco. I don't think they bought a single gun this round. Corrupt pushing his way through. He is going to get an AK, but he doesn't have the bomb. Quickly gets picked off by Emins. We're now on round 7, and nobody's with a convincing lead. As we know, RYD with a few tricks up their sleeve. Looks like they're using some utility here on mid. Smoke comes through, looks great. Rongcho spraying through that smoke, but really no damage has been traded at all from these teams yet. Emins tries to go for that flick, but it just didn't work in his favor. Kyler creeping up here in Palace. Gonna make a play happen. There's 4 players from RYD. I'm sorry, 3 players from RYD in mid. Oh, great trade from Corrupt. So Kyler springs out at just the right time, and now all of a sudden this is a 3v2, and Emins has already taken a lot of damage. That's bomb down in connector, though. That's going to be a tough play from RYD. They're just not in a great position to make this happen, though. Andrea got that molly up there, got the bomb, and is retreating now. Emins has no HP. And this is a 2v1 with Emins just hanging out in connector. Emins gets the pick through the box. He's now in a 1v1. He's going to try to tap this bomb. Trying to defuse. He's got tracks on for sure. Gets the pick. With the defuse kit, Emins in a 2v1 with 16 HP. Fantastic show of control by him. Making sure that RYD is not able to get back into this game, at least early by any means. Alright, the pause comes through by RYD, collecting their thoughts. That was definitely something they're going to want to pause after. Don't want to let nobody's go into the next round with all that momentum. This is a perfect play from RYD. They want to maintain their composure and get all the rounds they can on this terrorist side. There is money over on RYD. Kyler's already got the AK. Andrea picks up an AK as well. What we're not going to see is a tremendous amount of utility with that type of money. Alright. 4 smokes, 5 flashes for RYD. Alright, still paused. We're just passing the 1 minute mark on the pause here, so should be unpausing any moment. Good plays by RYD. Just want to make sure they go into this next round with everybody on the same page. Understandably so. Alright, the unpause has come through. We are on round 8 in this first round of a best of 3 in the grand final of Exit Frag 1, sponsored by Virtual Sports. Sponsored by Virtual Sports, hosted by Northwest Esports. I am Animated, your current casting talent, as well as the tournament organizer for this event. If you want to learn more about Northwest Esports, head to nwesports.org. Follow us on Twitter at NWESORG. We also have our tournament platform with statistics at nwes.gg. As you can see, aggression showing up here from nobodies. Great pick from Kyler on Emans. That's the op down. Bringing this back to a 4v4. This is exactly what you want to see. Though, as we can all see, the bomb is still down at T-spawn. Spray from Rongcho coming through, and really not a lot of damage to Rongcho from Kyler. Creeping back to A. This pick is going to need to happen. And the bomb is down. So the rotation is going to come from B. Duo picks up the AK, still leaving the op on the ground. RYD in a tough 2v4 situation, though they did retrieve the bomb. Duo's just playing an angle here to make sure they can't just run out B with no one trying to stop them. I think it's pretty clear now that the A execute is not going to happen. RYD making their way through. The flash comes out. Duo handing out damage. Really making things a little easier on RYD as there's so much damage on the nobody side. Andrea and Draxon are in a perfect position to make this 2v3 happen, starting off originally at a 2v4. Oh, Draxon's just not ready for that. Also, he's taken so much damage. Andrea's in a 1v3 right now, and it's a really tough 1v3. Two players shooting at her simultaneously, and she just can't get the damage out in time. Great composure from nobodies. Duo with great communication initially to let them know that, you know, this is moved to B. Rotation came in, and it was a great retake. We're now on round 9. Alright, we are seeing nobody's trying to take this mid control with considerable aggression. RYD's set up in B. And there is a player in T spawn from RYD just to make sure that nobody's doesn't try to push and get all that information. What's interesting though is arguably 4 players over towards the B side, and there has been a player by nobody's that's pushed up mid, pushed into CT spawn, just trying to get that information. This execution at B is going to happen. Hopefully this is the rotation that we're going to need from this final player. Great trades from RYD. Both the players at B taken down now. Need to get this bomb down ASAP. This is a quite convincing 4v3. Andrea has to hear this player coming. Kaplan gets absolutely domed. Probably has no idea that Andrea is so close. And this is now a 4v1 with Emans. Emans is getting shot in the face. No op picked up. I think this 5 AK play from RYD is really what they're leaning on. Great way to come back into this match. Nobody's still ahead by 3 rounds. We're moving into round 10 now. Interesting, you know, nobody's has been creeping around and pushing up a lot, but really I think the fact that these pushes come through has really just made things difficult once RYD decides on what bomb site they're going to play. Laura is about to get a great pick on Kyler. She just overextended a little too much there. Rongcho's going to play this ramp angle, though it's pretty clear that RYD is going to make their way towards B, though I could bet on that being Emans over by Van on B. Definitely going to be a tough site to penetrate here. Alright, all players from RYD bunching up. They've got so much utility right now. If you take a look over at Nobody's, Nobody's has 1 smoke and 1 molly for this retake should the execution occur. Which, there is 3 players from Nobody's here. This is going to definitely be a hard take. Oh, Duo sitting there at the van, just spraying out of his mind. He pulls out that flashbang. Not able to get it. Demons, though, is picking up the players. Liquid kills Demons or Kaplan through his teammate. Great shot by Andrea, though she is getting flanked. That execution just took a little too long, and Nobody's had a great idea that they are, in fact, trying to play B. Nobody's 7, RYD 3, moving into round 11. If you guys are just tuning in, you're watching Exit Frag 1, sponsored by Virtual Sports, hosted by Northwest Esports. This is the first match, first half of the best of 3 grand final after over 12 matches were played today in the group stage. All right, quick pause coming through by RYD. It's his first half and definitely the harder half of Mirage. They've got 1 pause left. Top mid. Kaplan tries to get that second, but he's unable to. Great trade coming through, though Andrew has completely dinked. Corrupt with the spam through the smoke. He's got a good idea that this player is in Arch. Great crosshair placement by Corrupt. My goodness. Takes down Emins when Emins with the wide peak. All of a sudden, in seconds, this round is a 3v1. A potentially possible 3v1, as there are 2 players with less than 30 health on RYD, while Liquid only holds on to 51 health himself. Just barely over 100 HP across 3 players. Thor's not scared about this. Corrupt just trying to watch that market angle, but Thor is pretty wise about this. Gets that tap on a Draxon, though Draxon did get a dink. Good composure from RYD to get this 4th round. And with the lack of the health, the last player on RYD trying to get out of market still dies from the damage from the bomb explosion. 7-4 moving into round 12. Alright, I imagine at this point, with a couple rounds that Nobody's has lost over at B, see that they are back to kind of a 2-1-2 mixed up here. It's actually a 2-3. There is a player in mid, so it is a 2-1-2 currently. Though as you can see, Thor is the only one with a kit and a weapon. Though there is on Duo a helmet with his P250. Emins has a helmet as well with that Deagle. There's definitely some possibility here. Today alone, I've seen Emins with 3 1-peak headshots to take an eco around. Great flash play there by Liquid. Kyler just picking that up. She's not really aware that there's a secret so close. Corrupt, though, covering her perfectly. Kyler getting that pick on Wrongcho. Corrupt getting the pick on Kaplan. All of a sudden, Thor is all by himself on Cat. Going for these. You knew it. Exit frags. All right, so RYD bringing it back here to try to even this scoreboard out. They've got a great opportunity to do so. There's still just such a broken economy over on nobody's side. They could easily run away with this. Thor's playing B by himself once again with that helmet and that kit. He's also got a smoke, which he's about to use. Little does RYD know that the only gun on nobody's side is actually at the bomb site they're attacking. Should be a pretty convincing fake. I'd like to see Thor actually lead that bomb site from this fake, though it's going to be really difficult to do as RYD has made sure they've got a lot of rounds from this fake. Oh, and the timing is just exceptional. Rongcho with the wide peek gets corrupt. They've now picked up 2 weapons, and Thor is letting them run into this bomb site. Oh my gosh. Draxon gets the trade, but now Draxon's in such a tough position. There's another player so close to him. I think he's picked up on it, though. Here comes Kaplan on the flank. Oh, great pick there by Kaplan. Thor with 200 IQ play let all of the players run into the bomb site. Nobody's read that fake like a textbook. Fantastic. We're now moving into round 14. Getting pretty close to closing this first half in our best of 3 of the Exit Frag 1 Grand Final. Good news is RYD just picking right up off that, not letting that eco loss hold them back. You can see we got 3 players going up mid. This is likely going to be an A split. Kaplan's completely blind. Oh, and the trade comes through very well, though. Draxon's quite lit. Great pick from Andrea, and they now have control of this bomb site. There is a player there over in jungle. This is a great 4v3. Draxon not with a lot of health, but the post-plant positions are immaculate here from RYD. Really giving nobody's a run for their money in the lead here. Demon's using a lot of utility. That was something in the favor of nobody's. There's a tap on the bomb. Andrea's not going to let it happen. She jumps down, kills 2 players. All 3 of those players died from a single flash from Draxon. The teamwork here is blossoming fantastically from RYD after a pretty tough run through groups. Here in the grand final, especially after winning that semifinal, things are coming together in a good way, especially being on the more difficult side of Mirage and being the last round of the first half. You know, nobody's bought everything they can, but that meant a 5.7, a P250, a Deagle, Op, and M4. And really no utility to speak of. Looks like Thorson was going to try to be aggressive. That didn't even work in his favor at all. So now it looks like, oh, great pick here from Liquid. Just jumps down. Kaplan's got the op and gets that pick. Draxon's got to let his team know there's nobody in B now, though there is. Creeping up on arches all the way into the bomb site. This may be the second time that RYD. Oh man, and Liquid gets picked off. They try to cancel the bomb plant. Great pick here from Kyler on the flank. See if they can actually get this bomb down. Looks good. Kaplan's now in a 1v2 with an op. God, great pick from Kaplan. Draxon's in a tough position. He's only got half health. Great plays by RYD. Bringing that half back. Take a look at that. 3 defuses from nobodies in 5 rounds won, excuse me, off of just kills alone. RYD, a pretty peppered first half, but fantastic. They managed to bring it all the way to 7 rounds. Things are looking good. All right, Kyler picks up some utility here. That is a molly and a flashbang. No kits over on RYD. Looks like nobodies are going for a hyper-aggressive mid play with one player in B apartments. Nice boost for Andrea there. Oh my gosh! Fantastic pick from Andrea. Absolutely calculated. What was that? Oh man. Had to be somewhat discouraging for Thor, I'm sure. Probably likely running with his knife out. Clearly with Corrupt aiming at his teammate there. Maybe a little miscommunication though. There's probably some hype going on after Andrea's pick. RYD's in a great position for this play. Smoke coming out from Duo. But RYD's got three players here. Communication is perfect. Trackon picking up that hit on Kaplan. Oh, and all of the players are here. Emons knows this. And the Glock is just so difficult to beat with the USP at close range. Kyler's got to put a lot of work in here. The bomb is about to go down. Wrongcho's in a good position for this. Trying to get that P250 to do work. Emons doing his best. And finally gets that hit on Kyler. Not really a P2000 player, clearly. And nobody's looking to further their lead, their existing lead from first half. Alright, and I don't see any utility usage or any utility purchasing or anything from RYD. Kind of a textbook RYD play. They're not going to buy anything. They're going to go into window. Wrongcho sees this, gets 2 kills. RYD hasn't shut down yet though. Gets the 3rd kill. Liquid still chilling by this window. He's all by himself. Gets the dink. Picks up that MAC-10. Now everybody on nobody's knows where he's at. Wrongcho just waiting for it. Picks up that 4th kill. And nobody's adding another round on the board here. RYD doing so well, though they haven't been able to get the lead in quite a while. We're now on round 18. This is the second half of the first round of the best of 3 of Exit Frag 1's grand final. Alright, so total aggression coming out from nobody's, trying to kind of railroad the same way they're railroading mailbox kids. Duo wide swing with the Galil, picks up 2 and happens to pick up the 3rd. Nobody's happening to railroad just like they did before. I think RYD was not at all expecting that aggression, and nobody's letting them know quickly, we're not going to show you any respect. We're now in round 19. You can see over there on RYD, Corrupt, textbook Corrupt, picking up the swag 7. He can do work with this. Oh, and Eamon's trying to go for that 1 tap. The timing just wasn't there. Now that RYD's on this broken purchase, oh, I just realized Liquid has a swag 7 as well. Now nobody's is gonna slow down. So this is when these kinds of matches can turn around. You use the aggression on an eco, you can easily get sandwiched in by a bunch of players with pistols. Approaching 1 minute on the clock. Such a dramatic change from last round. They were so aggressive. This is a perfect bait here. Throw this molly. This is a bad throw too. Emons. Kyler did get that dink on Kaplan. He's only got 10 health. This is time for the swag 7 to engage. Corrupt could only get that 1. We're now moving into round 20. The gap widens between RYD and nobody's. Alright, so Kyler picking up that op and getting that first pick. This is good. Also, it looks like Kruk picked up the op as well. Fairly uncharacteristically from their T side. The double op setup, though, seems to be working, especially where Kyler's going to come out and say, you know what? I'm not afraid of you guys at all. Great play by her. And here's Andrea, completely taken aback by Wrongcho creeping up. Corrupt. These ops are doing such good work. Corrupt and Kyler getting 2 op kills instantly. That trade came through. And now nobody's stuck in a 4v2. It's really going to come down to communication. Alright, Duo giving away his position. Kyler just took so much damage from that molly. Really dragging out this 4v2. It's going to be important that RYD doesn't panic. Kyler gets that pick, but is traded quickly because of all that utility usage. Traxon waiting in the site for this. Great plays. Good show of discipline there from RYD, hoping to close the gap here. Corrupt hands off that op, or actually the op was picked up, so they're still on this double op setup. Nobody's economy is looking strong. They're able to buy right back into this. Though I don't think they've lost any rounds this half except that one, so I think they even may have one more try after this. They will have to get the bomb down though if they have to. Buy once again. Or getting those flashes nice and high. Emons is in an awkward position, or actually he's in a perfect position. Comes out, just one taps Draxon instantly though. Corrupt is able to trade. Corrupt gets the second on Kaplan. He has to know the player is down. Thor just spraying through the smoke. Picks up 2. Now Kyler's in a tough position in a 1v3. She's likely going to save this op, though she's probably going to want to try to pick up at least one more. Never mind. She makes the decision to try to get a pick on the player right outside of the window and is taken down rather quickly. You can see over there, even though RYD managed to pick up those 2 rounds, there's not a lot of economy over there. And Andrea just doesn't even care. She's going to buy out fully. Head armor, kit, and some utility. Though we do have an op on Corrupt, luckily. Lamas and 2 M4s this round is more than doable. We're now on round 22. RYD trying to claw their way back into this game. Alright, 4 players from nobody's in mid right now. Quickly gets traded by Emons. Draxon kills Duo, but gets traded by Emons as well. Wrongcho finds the B player, and now we gotta hope that Corrupt can make this happen, though he does get dinked immediately by Emons and killed by Wrongcho. She's gonna try to salvage that op, but she's unable to with that deagle. And now we're closing in on match point. We're at round 23. RYD 8. Nobody's 14. RYD just doesn't have the money to be able to come back in a big way this round. Thor's getting pushed. Almost gets taken out by Traxon. Thor's just spraying, but he does have that info. Kyler's in a perfect position to get that AK, and she does. She also can hear both of those players in mid. This may be the round exactly what RYD needed. It's a 4v4, though Thor is totally lit with only 35 HP. Andrea coming up mid with those dualies. Great flashbang there by Liquid. I think it's pretty obvious now that the B side has been taken over, but Thor so aggressive here. Corrupt is able to take him down with that swag 7, and Andrea takes down the bomb planter. Now we've got Kaplan in a 2v1, though neither player from RYD has head armor, and if you know the Krieg at all, you know it is murderous if you don't have head armor. In fact, it's quite murderous even if you do have head armor. Andrea just toying with Kaplan here. Kaplan, big man, not even afraid at all to just tap that bomb. Gets a pick on Liquid. Andrea's in such a tough spot, though she doesn't have any armor or any defense against that 553. Perfect play from Kaplan there. Fantastic 1v2. Keeping nobody's momentum up here. Bringing us to match point. RYD doing all they can. This is their chance. They've got 2 ops, 3 M4s, considerable utility, and a couple of kits. Head armor is lacking, though. Corrupt! Got the flash pick. That was perfect. Rongcho, so much aggression. This could completely catch Corrupt off guard, and it does. He's now holding down a great position in connector there. Thor is coming up to support his teammate. His teammate's so blind. Andrea gets both players. This is exactly what RYD needs. So now, all of a sudden, it's once again 2v2. In a matter of seconds, Rongcho with the wide swing picks Kyler out. Liquid doesn't have head armor to be able to take this 1v2 confidently. Kaplan's making his way back to the bomb site. Rongcho's going to get this bomb down quickly. Nice smoke throw there from Kaplan. Alright, the bomb is planted. Whatever Liquid's going to do, he needs to do it now. Alright, the bomb timer's more than halfway down now. Kaplan getting a great position there in Palace. Liquid gets caught with his utility out. And we are now through our first match in this grand final. Nobody's picking up this first match quite convincingly. All right, after just a short break here, we're going to move into this second match. Pretty convincing take from Nobody's. Stay tuned. right, we're moving into the second map, Dust 2 here of our grand final, Nobodies versus RYD. No knife round on this, as the sides have already been chosen. And this was, in fact, RYD's choice to start T-side. We're now live. This is the second map in a best of 3 of our grand final of Exit Frag 1, sponsored by Virtual Sports, hosted by Northwest Esports. Nobodies playing from the internet. RYD playing from LAN here on site at Virtual Sports. Lots of utility usage. Emins gets that one tap on Traxon, and this is just such a tough, narrow lane to get down against a USP. They've got so much work to do. Liquid just trying to get that pick. Finally gets Thorson down, but the rotation has already occurred. There's going to be a lot of aggression, though. I will say, now that this is a close-range fight, this very much could go in RYD's favor, as the USP is a very difficult gun to play close range. Great hit by Corrupt. Liquid shooting him right in the chest. Duo down. It's all about timing here right now. Longcho in a 1v2 tries to get that pick, does get Corrupt. Liquid takes him down. RYD up 1. RYD's got the perfect B spawn right now, and I think they're going to take full advantage of it. Oh, they did walk, so this was actually a really good choice, seeming that there's 3, almost 4 players from Nobodies over. Oh, and Duo happens to pick off Corrupt. It's always these angles with the Deagles. You cannot underestimate Nobodies, as you can see with these Deagles. They're in mid. Thor picking up another with the 1 Deag. Just magic happening here. Nobody's making life so hard on RYD, and they're going to commit to B. Surrounded. There's an AK in play. This is going to be so difficult. There's already a rotation coming in as well. He's now been declared, though. Emins picks up Andrea. Thorson just runs around the corner and takes down Draxon, who's already taken quite a bit of damage. Already, Nobody's making it difficult for RYD to get any kind of momentum here. Alright, RYD moving into this next round. They do have a Tech 9 Deagle P250s. Flashes go up. There is a Molly in play here. Kyler, she's completely blind, but happens to get the kill. Oh, there's so much firepower here with Duo and Rongcho. Andrea does get the pick, but Rongcho's there to trade it quite quickly. 2 players down, but really not too much effect on their economy from that buy for RYD. Moving into round 4, RYD's got the chance to buy some AKs here, but they opt for another eco, which would probably be the more conservative and best option for them at this point. Alright, Andrea coming out with the P250 hit, though Rongcho is at the car, and he's not... Oh, actually, Rongcho's mid here, excuse me. Kaplan at the car at long. RYD's in a tough spot. Collectively, they have 70 HP. Rongcho not afraid at all to take that fight with Draxon. Thorson taking down Kyler quite quickly there at B. Nobody's now up 3, RYD 1. Alright, so the double op setup is in play, and this was definitely shown last game that this is where RYD can excel. Alright, so contest here at long. Corrupt still picking mid. Oh, and he gets the pick on Emons. It's now a 4v5. Alright, so this is what I wanted to see. RYD taking their time. Liquid creeped up and popped out on Rongcho like that. Great play from Liquid. The bomb is on here. Nice pick by Kyler. Sick no-scope there. There's still 2 ops in play. Corrupt is in the perfect position to be able to make this happen. He does get the pick on Kaplan. Auto director not working in my favor at all. Andrea with the 1-tap. RYD just all over the place, not giving nobodies a chance to work together at all, given how dispersed they were. That was a fantastic round from RYD. I'd love to see more of that. Trying to tie this score line up. And so there is an op in play in the hands of Rongcho, surprisingly. Molly comes out. RYD opts to not try to push the issue there. This is a 3-2. There's not... Oh, there is. It's actually a 1-1-3. Got 1 player from nobody's peeking mid, 1 player in B, and 3 over here at A. Players in B. Interestingly, nobody's is going to use all their utility before they've actually seen the bomb this round. They're still holding on to a little bit, but that's 1 smoke grenade on Rongcho. Should RYD get this bomb planted, that's going to be the most difficult retake. Rongcho's trying to get this pick. Oh, and he does on Kyler. Kyler trying to get that wide swing. Unfortunately, it didn't work in her favor at all. Duo's got a great position here in long. Kind of playing an off angle, and this is going to be a mid to B. At least it appears so currently. On a 3v5. Rongcho and Thor are just going to blind all the players from RYD. Everybody pushes together, and RYD, unfortunately, completely contrasting last round, bundled up together to try to make an execute happen and got completely pounced on by nobodies. So we're moving into round 7, RYD 2, nobody's 4. Alright, so the B execution is coming out. Kaplan is there to just hold down mouse 1 and spray all players. They died instantly. That may have been one of the quickest rounds in the tournament so far, though arguably, as nobody's steamrolling Mailbox Kids earlier may contest that. Alright, so the buy is in. Money back in the hands of RYD. No ops though, opting for 5 AKs. Rongcho blind, but gets 2 picks. Kills Draxon completely blind, and I think that RYD is going to have to reconsider some of this aggression. Kyler coming out mid, once again, telling nobody she's not afraid of them. The YP comes out from Thor, and he manages to kill Kyler. She trying to get some momentum here. Obviously, the last player is coming from B. Eamon's taking down Corrupt. And really, that buy round from RYD ended way too quickly. Spray transfer there from Kaplan. Just an absolute blender from RYD here. Alright, we're back at least with one off. Great pick here from Corrupt. Exactly what RYD needs to be able to get back into this game. Alright, Kaplan smoking mid here. Kind of deep on that smoke. RYD, I think switching gears here, trying to do their best to slow things down. Oh, big whiff from Emans. That was a perfect position for him to be in for this pick. Oh, and Corrupt. He sees Kaplan through that fading smoke. Alright, Liquid mauling into CT. They're wrapping on B right now. Andrea's in a great position to take Thorson down. This is exactly what RYD needed. Duo and Emans likely going to maybe make it for a couple picks here, but I just don't see a retake happening. Kyler messing with the enemy there, throwing her gun on the ground. They're going for this retake. Emans completely lit. There's no way he tries to force the issue here, and he's going to. He just doesn't have the time to try to make this defuse happen. He does go for the... Oh! And Corrupt makes it out with 10 health. Wow. Emans did try to go for it. Great play by RYD. Great play. Alright, pause coming through from RYD. Just trying to collect their thoughts and make sure they can keep up this momentum. Economy looking good for both teams, and we've got a double op setup there on nobodies, so we're gonna have to see how that's gonna work in their favor and where it's going to work in their favor. We're up, trying to go for that pick. Rongcho is ready for it. Emans as well, taking down Liquid. Lore trying to push, completely catching Kyler off guard. She was absolutely not ready for that push. Two players here mid, and Kaplan gets traded out by Rongcho, but Andrea gets picked as she's trying to escape. The gap is widening between RYD and nobodies, though. Terrorist side can be so difficult on Dust 2. Alright, Corrupt's got an op. I think he's going all in at this point. Oh, and the op gets dropped quickly. Though it does get picked up with very little damage taken by Andrea. This double op setup seems to be a formidable configuration for nobodies right now, and RYD just doing their best to penetrate it. It's here pushed up on Cat. Seeing so much pushing from nobodies right now. Just continuing to remind RYD there's just no respect here. We're not going to wait for you to make any plays. We're not going to give you any flexibility. Alright, we've got a... Oh, I guess I thought we had a rotation coming in from the other player on nobodies, but I guess not. Oh my gosh. Tyler doing such a good job creeping up on Emons. Somehow survives with utility in her hand. Andrea gets a pick on Rongcho. All of the ops are down now. Thor picks one up. And this is a 3v2 that's going to be really difficult for nobodies. Great pick from Andrea. I think she also saw that person on ramp. So Kyler's in a great position to make that happen. Perfect round from RYD, just taking advantage of those angles they were watching at long, creep their way up, and Kyler broke nobodies wide open. This is exactly what we want to see in a grand final. Alright, we've got the double op setup back on RYD. Kyler did get the pick, but gets traded immediately by Thorson. Corrupt still hanging out here, just trying to figure out what are the CTs doing here at mid. Bombs getting traded. This might be a mess for RYD trying to come out of long when I know Thorson is still there. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Duo. They're out. Duo's in a great spot. Gets that first. Gets traded, though, by Andrea. Perfect play. They're going to revert back, which is exactly what they should be doing after the rotation comes through. There is a push all the way into T-spawn right now. Corrupt. That's a perfect pick on Emons. Liquid taking down Thorson. Thorson did get Andrea, though she didn't have a lot of health. Kaplan does take down Corrupt and puts Liquid. Liquid does get that spray down on Kaplan. And RYD picking things back up. There's just so much money on nobody's side. They're going to have to win one more before they are able to walk away with this half. As I mentioned, RYD is here in Tukwila on LAN with some players from Oregon and some players from Washington, as well as one player from Ohio. Nobody's all here from the region, though, are playing online. Goes in a great spot for this. Does take down Traxon. So now it's 4v2. This is a good choice, though, as obviously the commitment is there. And they're going to make sure it happens. Great pick by Kyler. Making his way up. Makes it known that he's here. They know exactly where Kyler is, so Thorson's able to get that pick. And we're now at the last round of the first half of the second game in the grand final of Exit Frag 1, sponsored by Virtual Sports, hosted by Northwest Esports. I'm Animated, your casting talent and tournament organizer. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Alright, lots of pushing coming in from nobodies here right now, just really for no reason at all. They've got so much money and they're so much further ahead than RYD right now. There's really just no point to try to do this aggression. And this is good for RYD. They had very little money. Emans gets the pick on Andrea, gives away his position. Traxon gets the pick on Emans. Emans thinking he's got carte blanche open there on Cat, and he does not. RYD making their way now towards B, slowly but surely. Corrupt. Scout doing work. Duos in a 1v4. Does get Drax on, so here we are in a 1v3. Liquid has hardly any HP to speak of. Corrupt here with the sick double zoom. He's got that off, and he finds him perfectly. RYD picking up 6 rounds on this T side. Looking really good against nobodies. Alright, moving here into second half. There is a pause that was called. I heard from Corrupt he actually unboxed that knife today. And I believe that's the second unboxed knife here at Virtual Sports. If you ever if you ever need somewhere to open your crates, do it here. Draxon opened like a factory new butterfly tiger tooth, and then Corrupt opened that flip knife. Pretty impressive. Guess maybe that's $600 or $700 worth of skins. Alright, we're still paused. Okay, we are unpaused. And just a quick review. Rongcho is leading nobodies right now with 15 frags, 15-7, more than a 2-1 ratio, while Andrea over on Clan RYD with 10 kills. Interesting to look at the frag distribution on RYD. It's very clear they are operating as a team right now. Rongcho got the P250, picks up a pick there in middle. Corrupt. Oh my gosh. In the perfect spot for this. Does get 2. Traxon's here to clean things up. Thor's in a 1v2. It's going to be brutal though, and Traxon gets a perfect pick. Great play. They might be able to tie this up. Alright, the scout is in play, and Andrea takes that hit. The scout is so unforgiving. Whether you've got head armor or not, well, you better hope you don't get shot in the head, but you will always have 30 HP after getting hit by a scout. It's just so brutal. Alright, RYD and taking their time, not displaying any of the kind of aggression we saw first round and or from nobodies. Oh, as I say that, Kyler peeks and gets one-tapped by Rongcho there from long with the scout. So far doing over 170 damage here. Right, Corrupt just trying to get info. He does. He gets that info. Alright, 3 here on that. Draxon gets taken down. He's able to relay that information though. So far here though, I think there is still one in A site. He does get taken down. Liquid here trying to do a retake. Flash goes in. He pushes through it. Shot in the back by Thor. And that's just a slow creep from nobodies. They realized nobody was covering long like that, and as soon as they broke RYD open through getting the pick on Kyler, they just slowly made their way into A until it was completely overwhelming. Corrupt trying to do work right now with the scout. Oh, and he does it! An amazing shot. Doesn't get that hit on Kaplan though. Kaplan trades him out. Things are looking good. This is a good start to an eco for RYD. Nobody's right now. Eamon's got the scout with a deagle. MP9, Frag and AK. Smoke for mid to B is going out, though RYD's in a great position to hold A here with all of their players. What an amazing shot from Liquid. That was absolutely incredible. Duo does take him down, but just an amazing reflex shot from Liquid there. Wow. Alright. Thor. Alright, both players pushing. Unsurprisingly, Eamons with his incredible 1-deags. Andrea, I think Andrea might have some idea that Thor has taken damage. She's just trying to make this as difficult for him as possible. Nobody's pushing ahead. We're on round 19. Nobody's 11. RYD 7. Alright, once again, RYD has a little flexibility here, but they're just so broke. It's made things so difficult for them the last few rounds. Liquid once again buying the deagle and making it work for him. He's also got armor, and I think that might have to do with him getting a kill last round. Liquid looking so good right now. Alright, Thor taking down Drax on there in mid, though he did only have a pistol. Liquid probably going to do his best to save that. They really have no idea where he is. I think Thor is suspicious, and he does get Liquid through the wall there. Drawing Kyler out. This is looking so tough for RYD right now. They crawl back 3 rounds of Eco. Corrupt getting duo. Nice flash up from Liquid. He does so much damage, and there's a 1-tap from Eamons. Eamons is there covering his teammate just perfectly. RYD trying to get some momentum there, but they can see this slipping away. Nobody's is only 3 rounds away from taking this grand final. And before the last couple of LANs, every LAN that Nobody's had attended, they had won with almost sweeping victories. No surprise they're in this grand final. So much aggression from Roncho. RYD has scouts and 5-7s. Communication is fluid. Kyler getting those 5-7 kills. It's now a 2v2. So much in their favor to try to save those guns. They just don't have the opportunity. Rongcho leading Nobody's almost to victory here in this grand final with a 2-to-1 ratio with 21 kills. Corrupt over on RYD. 14 kills leading his team. Corrupt opts to buy a scout this round. There is an op in play by Kyler. Oh, and Corrupt gets hit, but he does hit Thor. It's trying to bait this out, and Kyler with the only op for RYD right now gets taken out with no head armor. Andrea putting in some work here. Alright, Andrea getting that Thorson kill, but two of them coming up from Cat and Corrupt right now. Corrupt just hanging out in CT spawn. If you look at the economy of RYD right now. I mean, even with the loss bonus, it's really just not going to be a deep buy. It would be so much in Corrupt's favor to save that armor, but he's going to go for this. And he gets taken down by Duo there on Cat. We're at match point right now in Exit Frag 1's grand final. This is the second map in the best of 3. RYD doing their best to try to crawl back into this. Kaplan buys the auto. If you look, there's so much money right now over on Nobody's. Money is good for RYD. Here comes this rush. Andrew's in the spot to make this happen for them. And that's perfect. That's exactly what they needed. She gets taken down, but Corrupt's there to answer. The bomb is down. And this may be what RYD was looking for, especially now that Kaplan's bought the auto. He can buy him, but there's really just... there's not an opportunity, or there will be an opportunity clearly for Nobody's to buy again, so RYD has big choices to make right now. This is the second time at critical moments that RYD has put plays in. Kyler gets dinked immediately. So much utility was traded there, and only Kyler took the brunt of it, really. But I'm trying to figure out what's going on here at middle. Corrupt gets traded quickly by Wrongcho. Or I'm sorry, that was Eamons. That was Eamons and Wrongcho, I see. Eamons got the trade. Oh, Duo picks off Liquid with the perfect creep. I had no idea it was long, and Traxon was long. Kyler and Andrew are now in such a tough position, and Andrew with the most health. There's not much she can do. The bomb is down. Kyler gets taken down, and Nobody's is Exit Frag 1 Grand Final champions with the undefeated streak today. Congratulations.